Hi, I'm Chris Maragakis of Simply Be Retreats and Therapies, and welcome to Meditation Made Easy. By the end of our session today, you should have everything that you need to begin your own meditation journey and begin to develop a practice that fits in around your life. You don't need any special equipment for today, but it would be a good idea to be in a room that's nice and quiet and away from everyone. But if you can't do that, if you've got some headphones, you might want to put them in now. Now, meditation has been around for thousands of years, and it's used as part of so many religious practices. It's also used for calming the mind. It's used for relaxation. There are countless places in history where it's become part of the lifestyle. Christians call it prayer, Buddhists call it meditation. What it's called is not important. It's the act of it that has the importance. When we meditate, the idea behind it is to focus on one thing to the exclusion of everything else. And by focusing on that one thing, everything else fades into the background. And that's what gives us calm and peace. And it gives us the opportunity to develop our understanding of ourselves. And that's what we mean when we say we're going within. We get into touch with ourselves, our higher purpose, our higher power, whatever you want to call it. And by doing that, we can use it in so many ways. So meditation can be used for, like I say, relaxation. It can be used for gaining a better understanding of ourselves, because when we use it to examine a thought process, we can then maybe start to understand where our belief systems come from and identify any behaviours we want to change. It can be used for affirmations, which are then character building, or can be used to invite something into your life. Meditation can be used for healing. And also when we're doing movements such as Tai Chi or walking or even washing the dishes, they can become meditative processes. Now, as I said, meditation is very, very old, and probably most people recognise it from yoga, where you see someone sitting on the floor in the lotus position. You don't have to do this to be able to meditate. Obviously, all the yoga poses or asanas are designed to help calm the mind. They are kind of a prelude to meditation. But that doesn't mean that you have to be able to do yoga to meditate. In fact, the most important thing that I'm going to try and instill in you today is that the ceremony that goes around meditation isn't that important for what we're doing. It's more important that you are comfortable and you feel safe and you are warm, so that you can focus on what we're trying to do rather than anything else. Obviously, if you're uncomfortable, you're not meditating because you'll be fidgeting. So that brings us to the positions. I'm not going to ask you to get into lotus position. Even if you do yoga, it's a very difficult position to get into, and it won't at this stage actually make any difference to what we're trying to achieve. The most important thing I've said is to be comfortable. So if you're going to sit on the floor, you might be better positioned against a wall and have a mat or a blanket underneath you to stop any chill coming up. Then your back is nicely supported and you've got no strain on your legs. If you're going to sit cross-legged, then you might be better off getting a meditation cushion. And it would be worth the money to pay for a good one so that you've got a good firm base. And when you are sitting on your meditation cushion, if you can kind of sit yourself more to the front of it, what that does is that tilts your pelvis and that allows your back to straighten. And then that opens up your lungs so you can breathe easily. But your body is in a natural position. You're not having to hold your body. And so while you're erect and awake, you're not having to focus on your sitting position. Alternatively, you can lie down, but obviously the danger with lying down is that you will fall asleep, and sleeping is not meditating. So if you just want it for a lovely relaxation and you've come across guided meditations or guided visualizations, then that's perfect. That is the perfect meditation to have when you're lying down and you want to get a good night's sleep. For us today, I'm going to ask you to sit either on the floor or on a chair so that you're upright. And when we look at the posture and the position, we'll come to that in a minute. It's the first and foremost about being comfortable so you can focus on your meditation. So like I said, the purpose of meditation is to enable us to focus on one thing to the exclusion of all else. And this is what allows all the other thoughts and the processes going on in the body to kind of fade to the background. This is also what activates the parasympathetic system, and that in turn is our healing system, our body's healing and nurturing and repair system. And that slows down the production of adrenaline, slows down the chemicals that wear at our muscles and our bones, and allows our body to rejuvenate. This is why meditation is so incredibly beneficial for our health. So meditation can help with so many things. It can help with stress and anxiety, fertility, it can help with heart disease, it can help with focus and concentration. Really, the lists are endless, and you cannot get meditation wrong. You can always get it better and you can always improve your practice. But as long as you are taking the time to sit quietly and go within, you cannot get it wrong. So, there are 3 stages to a meditation. The first one is the relaxation or the preparation, and we'll come to that just before we do our meditation. The second is the intention stage, and that is where you decide what you're focusing on as your meditation. Now, as I've said, there are lots of things that you can focus on for meditation, but for today, we're going to use our breath. And the breath is an excellent anchor for our attention because obviously we don't have to have anything special for it, and it's always with us. But not only that, our breath is so synonymous with our well-being and our health that to have our attention anchored to it can only promote that. And when we're in times of stress or emotional anguish, or we need to just calm ourselves down, to be able to tune into our breath quickly and efficiently will have massive benefits for our health and our well-being. So that's our intention stage. Then we have the return stage, and the return stage is just when we come from our meditation back to normal life. Now, we don't want to lurch into that stage because we should be lovely and relaxed and calm, and we want to make the transition as gentle and relaxing as possible. So my advice would be to set a timer so you don't have to worry about paying attention to anything that's happening, having a quiet space to do it, and making sure that your phone or any technology is muted, and then you can focus on the meditation. So that when you go into this stage and you're coming back out of it when your timer has sounded, the first thing you do before you open your eyes or before you start to move is just become aware of the sounds in the room. And once you become aware of the sounds in the room, that kind of brings your body out of its meditation stage and back into real life, if that's what you want to call it. And then before you start to move, just become aware of how your body's feeling on the surface that it's resting on. And then become more aware of the different parts of your body and just gently start to move them. Wiggle your fingers and toes, maybe ease your shoulders out. And then when you're ready, if you've had your eyes closed, just very gently and slowly open your eyes, come back to the room. Give yourself another few seconds before you start to move, and just get up slowly if you've been lying down or sitting, because you don't want a head rush effect, because that will spoil the effect of your meditation. So that then brings us to the actual beginning of the meditation that I said, the relaxation stage. And this is probably the most important when you're first learning to meditate, because as I said, it's so important that you are comfortable and relaxed. So I invite you now to get onto your cushion or sit on the floor or sit on your chair. Ideally, a chair will probably be the most comfortable for your first time. And when you're in a chair, make sure it's a good chair that supports you and you can relax into. Ideally, you want your feet on the floor, and that gives you a good solid base and a sense of grounding. Your bottom should be towards the back of the chair. What that does then is take the strain off the knees and off the hips. And if your bottom is towards the back of the chair, your back should be then nicely supported by the chair. That in turn will open your chest up for you and allow you to breathe comfortably. Notice the tension in your shoulders and just give them a lovely loosen to take that tension away. Allow the arms to hang loosely by your side, and then your wrists should be limp and your fingers should be nice and soft. Hand positions are very important in meditation. To start off with, you might just want to have your palms like this on your lap and the palms are facing up. Alternatively, Chin Mudra is one of the most common hand positions for a meditation, and you might feel you like that, but again, palms must be up, and just rest them gently in your lap. And what Chin Mudra does is it helps to improve our connection with the universe, and it helps improve our focus. But do not let these become a distraction to you. If you would rather just focus on the meditation, it's far more important that you are sitting comfortably and you have your hands in your lap with your palms facing up. Then you come back up to your neck and you just want to maybe turn your head from side to side to take the tension from there. Your head should be comfortably balanced at the top of your neck, and make an effort to allow the muscles of the scalp and the face to relax. Then bring your attention to your throat and just allow a swallow And what that will do is take the emotion and the tension from our throat, because it's one of our chakras. It's where we tend to store a lot of emotion and frustration. So just swallow and allow that to go. Your chest, as I said, should be nice and loose, and just notice that how your stomach muscles are feeling. You want to actively allow them to relax, and then you just become aware of your breath. Eyes can be open or closed. If you're going to keep your eyes open, then you probably will be better off looking ahead of you and down so that you minimize the distractions. If you're comfortable to close your eyes, I invite you to do that now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a timer, and for 5 minutes, we're just going to focus on our breath. Remember, we're not trying to change it. We're not trying to control it. We just want to observe it and notice everything about it, how it makes us feel, what the actual process is like. We want to become so focused on the breath that everything else just disappears into the background. Now, if you are really, really struggling with this it's only going to be a 5-minute one, but if you feel that you are really struggling, a technique that you can use is to draw a square in your mind while you're breathing. And if you're more of a tactile kind of learner, you might want to draw the square on the palm of your hand while you're doing it as well. Now, there's no sense of failure or anything being wrong with this. This is a scaffold into helping you become a meditator. And so the more practice you have at meditating, the less you will need to rely on it. But rather than spoil your experience today, if you try it and you find that you really can't bring your mind to your breath, then use the square, either, as I say, with your breath or on your hand, and just help you to get through the 5 minutes and focus. So, as you're now sitting properly, and you should be nice and relaxed, I just want you to become aware of your breath. And as you breathe in, I want you to just become aware of any areas of tension in your body. And once you've identified where those areas of tension are, just breathe into that area. Imagine the breath going to that area. And as you breathe out, imagine all tension leaving that area of your body. And when you've done that a few times, you're now ready to meditate. So there will be a gong at the beginning. We will then meditate for 5 minutes. And we'll just be focusing on our breath. And then when the gong goes at the end, I will talk you back through out of the meditation and into the return stage. So it's a gentle gong. You have a few seconds to get yourself ready. And we're just going to do 5 minutes. And don't worry when the mind goes, just gently bring it back every time. So closing your eyes if you're comfortable. Okay, so gently, before you open your eyes, just become aware of the sounds in the room. And as you become aware of the sounds in the room, notice the surface that your body is resting upon and become aware of how your body's feeling. And then when you're ready, just gently wiggle your fingers and toes and gently open your eyes and come back to the room. Well done. You've just completed your first sitting with a breath meditation. Now, probably you found that your brain was going all over the place, like the box of frogs, what did I get out for dinner? What should I do about this? Where am I going to go with this? That is all perfectly normal. Please, please don't get annoyed with yourself. The thing is, because the brain is a muscle, it just needs to be trained. And each time you just acknowledge the fact that you've started to think of something else and you bring your mind back to your breath, it gets more and more competent at what it's supposed to do, so that each time you meditate, it remembers. And okay, you might have felt that it was 500 times that you lost your train of thought and you went off on a tangent. That's okay. Bring your breath gently back. Next time it'll only be 490, and the time after that 480, until you get to the stage where you're so engrossed on the task that you're focusing on that you suddenly realise that you haven't had another thought. And that is when we enter proper meditation. But it is a practice, it's a lifelong journey. And rather than rush towards a destination, just learn to accept everything as it is. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. And this is part of the enjoyment. It's about developing your practice. It's about talking to other people. It's about finding what works best for you. And so just to recap, when you do a sitting with the breath, there are 3 stages. You need to be comfortable. You need to make sure that you are away from distractions. And then you just become aware of the room that you're in. Then become aware of your breath, making sure there's no tension in your body. And then when you finish your meditation, you gently come out of it by becoming aware of the sounds of the room and starting a little gentle movement before you do anything else. If you practice that, you can do it anywhere you like. Okay, if you're standing in a supermarket, then obviously I wouldn't recommend closing your eyes. But if you're in a queue, you can just become aware of your breath and start to practice noticing your breath. Similarly, you can just develop a different style of doing it for you. You might find that it's best for you in the morning. You might find that you meditate better in the evening, or that you like to use lunchtime as a chance just to gather your thoughts and get yourself ready for the afternoon. Whatever works for you is how you meditate best, and that is part of the fun and the journey. So, like I said, there are so many different types of meditation. So we have the sitting with the breath that we've just done, and then we have the affirmation meditation, and that is when you repeat something. So an affirmation is always positive, and you decide on something that you either want to attract into your life or you want to affirm about who you are. So I am loved, I am calm, I am respected, I am loved by the people around me. Whatever it is that you want to attract, or you want to attract more of into your life, that is what you use as your meditation. And so you would just do your process as you have. You would make sure that you're comfortable, you would make sure that you are in a quiet place, and then as you become focused on your breath, you would train your mind on repeating that affirmation over and over and over. And again, you can do that anywhere and as often as you would like. You can use a chant. So the most common chant is the Om Mani Padme Hum chant, which is just kind of, it's the sound that the best things in the universe make, and it just is the best vibration that you can attract through the sound that you make. And that can just be repeated over and over again, either in your head or out loud. Out loud carries a stronger vibration, but obviously you have to be somewhere where you don't feel self-conscious about doing that. Similarly, you can use movement for meditation. So Tai Chi or yoga or Qigong are the most common ones. But also, so is walking. Walking will become a mindful meditation. If you really become mindful and focus on every aspect of the walk, the sounds that you can hear, the smells that are around you, how your body feels as you're walking, what you're thinking when you're walking, all of that can become a meditation and improve health. So the thing with meditation is really you can do as little or as much of it as you want. Even just 2 minutes a day will have massive benefits for your health and your well-being. But if you can establish a daily practice, you will in no time at all notice how improved you feel. And like I say, anything like 2 minutes, ideally you want to be getting up to a good sort of 15, 20 minutes to really, really benefit from it. But the longer that you meditate and the more regularly you meditate, you can then begin to use it for problem solving or for getting to know yourself better, so that you understand how you think and you understand the behaviours that you've learned. And then you can identify the ones that you want to keep or the ones that you want to change. Or maybe you've got something that you've got playing on your mind and you need a solution for it. If you were to do something like that, you would start your meditation exactly as we've just done, and you would make sure you're comfortable and you would become focused on your breathing. But then you would hold the question or the problem in your mind and you would just focus on that during your meditation. And then the idea being that because you're not focusing on anything else, maybe your intuition or higher power, or you would just have a flash of a thought or inspiration that might give you the answer to that. Or the very fact that you've meditated on it may mean that in the next 12 or 24 hours, an answer or solution presents itself to you because you're more focused, because you're more aware that you're looking for a solution to the problem. So there are so many ways that meditation can change your mind. Another really common form of meditation are guided relaxations or guided visualizations. And they are wonderful for helping you to relax, or for those of you that are not comfortable with the sitting with the breath. This is another way of instilling a sense of calm or changing a behavior or changing a belief system. So, I mean, you can find hundreds of them on YouTube or apps like Calm or Headspace. And basically what happens is you do exactly the same as we were doing with the sitting with the breath, in that you find a comfortable place to sit or to lie down. You make sure that your body is comfortable and relaxed, but then you focus on somebody else's voice, somebody reading a script to you or taking you on a journey or instilling in you the beliefs that you want. They're just repeating affirmations or getting you to focus on affirmations. And that can be a wonderful introduction to meditation. So I thought that's what we would do next. So for this, I invite you to either sit comfortably or lie down. If you're going to lie down, you might want to put something under your knees so that there's no strain on your knees and your hips. And when you're in a lovely, comfortable position, I want you to just, if you're comfortable, close your eyes. And then beginning with your toes, I just want you to focus on your toes and the thought of them relaxing. And allow that lovely feeling of relaxation to spread up through your feet and into your ankles. Allow your feet to turn out, your calves to become loose, the knee joints to relax, and the large muscles of the thighs to ease and soften. Allow the hips, if you're lying down, to spread in the surface beneath you, or if you're in a chair, allow them to relax into the surface behind them. Gently push the small of your back into the surface behind it and focus on each vertebrae of the spine relaxing. As you come up to your shoulders, either hunch them up if you're lying down or give them a roll and a loosen if you're sitting. Arms should be loose by your side, elbows relaxed, wrists limp, fingers soft. And then bring an awareness to your neck as you gently turn your head from side to side as many times as you need. And when you're ready, bring it back to a comfortable position. Notice how the muscles of the scalp and face relax and loosen. And take a swallow in the throat again to release any tension there. Allow the muscles of the chest to loosen so that your lungs can expand beneath them. And notice how your stomach goes soft. And then just gently bring your awareness back to your breath and focus on the in-breath. And then the out-breath. And then as your eyes are closed and you're focusing on your breath, I invite you to follow my voice. Okay, so just scan your body now for areas of tension. Choose one area to focus on and concentrate in breathing in relaxation and breathing out tension. Feel your muscles relaxing, loosening as you breathe slowly and deeply. Notice where your body is the most relaxed and see how this feeling of relaxation is growing and spreading to the other areas of your body. If you haven't already done so, close your eyes. Feel your muscles relaxing, becoming loose. And as you continue to relax further, begin to create a picture in your mind. Imagine that you are near the ocean, just before sunrise. Perhaps you're on a beach or a hammock or even a dock. The ocean is very calm. Most of the water looks very smooth, but you can see ripples. Small, gentle ripples where peaceful waves roll in towards the shore. Take a few moments now to imagine this scene. Picture all the details of this relaxing place. The sun has not yet risen, but the sky is just starting to get light. The air is cool, comfortable and pleasant. The temperature is very comfortable. A calm and beautiful morning. Imagine the feel of a slight, gentle breeze on your skin. The breeze blows just enough to move the leaves of palm trees gently back and forth. The leaves of the trees make a dark silhouette against the gradually lightening sky. Imagine the fresh smell of the air, the smell of the clean water and sand. It is such a refreshing scent. Picture in your mind the sound of the water lapping against the shore. The sea is so calm. The waves are very quiet, but you can hear them as they move gently and calmly. Hear the slight rustling of leaves as the palm branches sway gently. It is early morning and you are the only one here. This is such a calm, safe, pleasant place. Relax here, now near the gentle ocean. Perhaps you are on a deck with wooden tables, umbrellas closed for the night. They will soon be opened to provide shelter from the sun, but for now they remain resting with their cloth tops shut as if asleep. Small huts with grass roofs provide shelter for some of the tables. During the day, this place is bustling with activity as people sit at the tables in the shelter of the grass, sipping cool drinks by the water. But for now, all is quiet, all is peaceful, all is serene. Notice that the sun is starting to rise. You can see a spot of light at the horizon as if the sun is rising right out of the water. See the light growing as the sun begins to rise above the horizon. Small streaks of light shine into the sky. As the sky grows lighter and lighter with the growing dawn. In your mind, see the birds that are active early in the morning. Some fly overhead. Some are already diving into the water looking for fish. Other birds simply sit quietly. They are enjoying the dawn as well. You can see some peaceful waves as they break some distance from the shore. White peaks rise in a line out in the water, crashing on a stone breaker that keeps the water close to the shore, peaceful and calm. See the waves crashing on the breaker. See the peaceful waves gently lapping at the shore, washing gently onto sand. The waves are very calming. They are so peaceful and so rhythmic. Watch the peaceful waves flowing like your breath, in and out, in and out. Continue to observe the rhythm of the peaceful waves flowing with the rhythm of your breath. As you relax, you can enjoy the beautiful sunrise. Pink and orange give everything around you a warm glow. The sun has now risen above the horizon, yet still low in the sky. The breeze, the warm early sunlight, the gently lapping peaceful waves, softly moving palm leaves. All of these create a calm and peaceful place. Continue to relax for a few moments here, enjoying the peaceful waves and the remaining calm time at sunrise. Soon this place will be busy with people going about their morning routines. Enjoy the last few remaining moments of solitude as the sun rises higher in the sky. The sun is shining brighter each moment. This has become a beautiful morning. You can see people in the distance walking along the beach. The waves become a little bigger now, a bit more lively as the breeze increases. Everyone around you seems to be waking up and getting ready for the day. And when you are ready to wake up your body and your mind and return to the present moment, give yourself a few moments to do so. Become aware of the noises in the room. Notice how your body feels against the surface that it's resting on. Wiggle your fingers and toes gently and maybe have a long, comfortable stretch. If you wish, you can rub your hands together until they are warm and cover your eyes with your now warm hands as you gently open your eyes into the darkness of your hands. And when you are ready, take your hands away or simply gently open your eyes and come back to the room where you are. And welcome back. So I really hope you found Meditation Made Easy a lovely and useful experience. I'm just going to recap again so that you can take this experience with you. Firstly, you cannot get meditation wrong. You can only improve on it. Secondly, don't get frustrated when your mind wanders off. That's perfectly normal. Just gently bring it back to your focus, and eventually your mind will train and you will become more competent at it. Position is very important. Make sure you are comfortable. If you're fidgeting about, you cannot meditate. So make sure your body is well supported and you are comfortable so that you can sit for a longer amount of time. Any amount of meditation is a good meditation. So if you can only fit in 2 minutes every day or 2 minutes every other day, be kind to yourself. That's a good start. Take that and build on it. Ideally, the longer you meditate, the better the health and benefits for your body, but any amount of meditation is good. And then when you've got yourself comfortable and you've noticed the areas of tension which you've breathed into and allowed to relax, then just gently bring your attention to your breath. And then you're just following your breath for the length of your meditation. And at the end of your meditation, you gently bring yourself back to the room. And that is a practice that you can take with you now on your journey as you find the way that it best fits into your life. Thank you very much for joining me today. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and Namaste.